everyone. My name is Liz from the Dfinity Foundation, and welcome to the Community Conversations. So this is an opportunity for you, the community, to hear from contributors within the IC ecosystem, as well as ask them questions live. So today we have some very exciting guests. We have Dukakis Tejada and Isaac Valadez from ICP Squad, an online community of over 35,000 internet computer enthusiasts. The initiative started in 2020 and it also goes by the name Dfinity Community on Twitter. So everybody, please give Dukakis and Isaac a very warm welcome. So great to have you guys on the show.
Great to be here. Thanks.
Hey guys, welcome everyone. Let's have some fun.
So Dukakis and Isaac, why don't we kick off by you telling us how you became interested with the internet computer and why you started ICP Squad?
So let me start with that one. My story started in 2018. Back then I was researching like the most popular or the blockchain with the most potential. And that's when I found the internet computer. I landed on the website. I started like seeing everything in the team. And I said, oh my goodness. So this is like when you identify like once in a lifetime opportunity to be a part of history. That's what I thought back then. So I went to the Learn community, started like getting involved, engaging with the community, responding to some questions. And then I asked, back then it was one of the community admins, moderators, his name was, I think it's Gavin. So I asked Gavin if they have like any kind of spot available for community moderators. And luckily they had one available to manage. They needed someone to manage like the main community, but also the Spanish community because I also speak Spanish, right? So that's when I got involved with the internet computer. And I've been very involved. I've been very passionate since then. Obviously, the more I was like learning about the internet computer, the most passionate I become about it. So that's how my story with the internet computer started back then. So before I start explaining more about ICP Squad, I'm gonna give this Isaac the opportunity so he can explain how he got involved.
Yeah, so I actually learned about the internet computer, the Genesis launch. I watched all of that live. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing and that it was actually functional, because lots of other projects make big claims, but it's just, it's kind of like hearing about the internet for the first time. It's just mind blowing. And I got really excited about the technology. And I ended up launching a website hosted on the internet computer for a client. And I have a background in entrepreneurship, web design, digital marketing. Dukakis, when he was doing his initial stuff with the Dfinity Community, ICP Squad on Twitter, he published a contributor form. I filled it out. He reached out and I wrote a post on Discover that went pretty well, called I think it was like why ICP will be worth more than Bitcoin in 5 years or something crazy like that. And then he published it on his website. And yeah, we've been in touch since then. And then he hit me up with the kind of an idea of trying to get into NFTs, but wanted to do it the right way. And that's how the conversation for everything here got started. But I'll let Dukakis talk a little bit more about just ICP Squad as a whole.
Yeah, so thank you, Isaac. So I'm a community builder and also crypto marketer. I've been involved in the crypto ecosystem since 2017. And I've also been like growing communities for the past 4 years, also advising some projects on crypto marketing. So I said, okay, so I think I have a lot to contribute to the internet computer ecosystem. So I decided to create the community called the Dfinity Community, also known as ICP Squad. So I'm a firm believer that the main asset of any project is its own community. And in order for us to accomplish, for example, that vision of the Dfinity, which is like reinventing the internet, we need to have the best community in the world, not only like the best community in this ecosystem, the best community in the world. And when I say community, I'm not only referring to ICP Squad or the Dfinity Community, I'm referring to other communities like the Dfinity Club, ICP Maximalist, Dfinity Bulls, ICP Lake, all the communities that we have in our ecosystem. So we need to work together to have the best ecosystem in the world, to be able to support the Dfinity's vision of reinventing the internet. So that's what we try to do with the Dfinity Community and ICP Squad. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We have many other initiatives, and our whole and our main goal is that, like supporting the internet computer, vision of reinventing the internet. We have many other initiatives. For example, the NFT one is just one. It's just one of the many initiatives that we have. We're also planning to have like conferences. We're also planning to have a DAO, because eventually the Finland community is going to become a DAO that is going to be managed and governed by its own community. There's not going to be any leader right now. I'm the one that's leading the efforts and the community, but eventually we're going to have a DAO that is going to be managed and governed by its own community. So we're also working with other communities in the space like ICP League. We have partnered up with them, Definity Club, because we are firm believers that we have to work together, because we all benefit from the success of the internet computer. If we get the attention, if we get the exposure, because unfortunately right now we don't have the place, the internet computer is not in the place that it deserves. We have to put the internet computer in the place that it deserves, but it requires of everyone's effort. Community, the communities, different communities, developers, projects, we all have to work toward the same goal, which is achieving that goal of reinventing the internet. The more users we get, the more exposure we get, we all benefit from that. We get more, for example, users to use DEXs. We get more users to use, for example, our NFT marketplace. We get more users, for example, to try the different things that all the founders are developing in our ecosystem. So this should be an effort, a collective effort, where we all are involved, we all help out to achieve this vision of reinventing the internet. So that's what we're doing, and that's where we're working with many other projects. So how we came up with this concept of the earn to engage to earn game, NFT game, was because right now we're seeing like a lot of NFT projects on the internet computer in other ecosystems like Solana, Ethereum, right? So we wanted to create something that actually the community can relate to. Something, for example, whenever someone from other ecosystems, they see like their avatar, they can identify, oh, that's an internet computer enthusiast. And that's why we're adding some elements, for example, related to Definity, like the Infinity, for example, symbol. That's something that we're adding to all of our avatars, because this is something that we're creating also to promote the internet computer. It's one of the main goals is to promote the internet computer, and basically everything that we do is for that, to promote the internet computer. So that's why we came up with that concept. And we also wanted to create something different, like not just like a collection of 10,000 NFTs. We wanted to also incentivize the community to engage, all right, to use, to interact with the different IC-based dApps in our ecosystem. And by doing so, they will get the chance also to get some NFTs in exchange for that. For example, many people have been asking about, there are right now like the 8-year gang. Liz is the leader of that gang, right?
Oh, no, I'm not. Everyone, there's no hierarchy in the 8-year gang. Everyone's an 8-year gang member.
So yeah, people has been asking, oh, so how like can we get rewarded by staking or being part of the 8-year gang? So yeah, so these are one of the many initiatives that we're considering. Like, for example, if you stake your ICPs for 8 years, you're gonna get some kind of reward, because obviously someone that has staked their ICPs for 8 years, they are firm believers. They are like real believers in our ecosystem and in the internet computer. So they should get some sort of reward for what they're doing. So that's how we started with the Parade NFT game. Isaac is going to be explaining like the gameplay and another thing that we're planning to launch as well.
Cool. So a lot of great stuff there, Dukakis. Love the energy. I was just commenting in the chat and people were agreeing, like, I feel like I'm getting all fired up about the internet computer all over again. And this is like, my bread and butter day in and day out. So you definitely have a gift for that kind of thing. So just because there's so much good stuff you were talking about there, I just wanted to sort of unpack some of the things that you were talking about. So for those on the call who might not be aware, earlier this week, ICP Squad announced an upcoming ICP Squad Engage to Earn NFT game. So again, I know there's a blog post that was written outlining all of the details. I think most of us here have probably heard of Play to Earn, but what exactly is Engage to Earn, and what is like the game aspect of what you're creating, and where do NFTs come into play?
Yeah, the basic way to go ahead, Isaac. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. And by the way, at first, I just want to say, like, we all owe a thank you to Dukakis because ICP Squad is all volunteers. It's just a volunteer fan club over the internet computer, basically. And Dukakis lives and breathes and just gives us all so much energy. He does this full time and has invested in this just because he loves it so much. And so it's great working with all these people who love the community and ecosystem like he does. Um, so Engage to Earn really came out of the desire uh, uh, to be pragmatic and useful. We wanted an NFT that had utility, that to take advantage of the unique features of the internet computer and change its look and feel. And play to earn assets have that great income earning potential, but you're narrowed in to a specific game made by a specific team of developers, and you have to constantly be active in their game and their ecosystem. And we want to promote the whole internet computer ecosystem. So it needs to be some kind of like passive game that is related to your activity in your wallet. And we, when we're thinking through that, we realized that was really a whole different model. It's kind of just we're really rewarding in general engagement, and everybody engages in different ways. Some people are going to be more on social apps, some people are going to be more trading dexes, and we're thinking, okay, well, we could have characters that are customizable. How can we make it so that not only is the character a visual representation they think is cool, but what if it actually reacted to the specific ways that they themselves personally like to use the internet computer's features. And so we had a great brainstorming session for weeks and weeks, and really kind of wanted to iron in to that. And some of our considerations were learning things that we did and did not like about other NFT projects. So we feel that a lot of NFT projects are very exclusive. The hope is that you have to either be very lucky or very rich to get in after a certain point. It's very speculation driven, and it's meant to have all the money go to the original creator. But if we're going to make this be what we wanted it to be, we wanted to make sure that there is an accessible way for anybody who loved the internet computer to be able to take part. But to do that and to also have things be fun, engaging, and valuable, what we kind of did is we separated it out into a two-tier NFT system, which is kind of different and innovative. So our current thinking, and all of this, by the way, we're going to have a Discord that we're still working on, but we're going to have proposals to change different aspects, because the whole point is of this being a community project. But basically we want to have characters have a low entry point, and you'll be able to mint the character with the kind of the look and the feel that relates to you, that you like. And then accessories will have mechanics for wearing out as characters wear them, and for being generated as rewards and distributed out to people. So that the accessories are both the rewards that have a high value and the best way to optimize the character for earning rewards with your type of activity on the internet computer.
Oh, sorry to interrupt.
Sorry, no, that's basically it. So basically the accessories would be the high floor price item, but we're going to keep it characters at a accessible way, so people can just, it'd be like, why not give yourself a chance? If you're going to use the internet computer, just get a character for the sake of giving yourself a shot. Everybody has a non-zero probability of winning a reward, and we want these to be a floor price of maybe over $700. So how cool would it be, you forget that you own a character, you use it on district or something, and then all of a sudden you get airdropped a really valuable thing that you can list in a marketplace or equipped and change your look.
Yeah, no, Isaac, that is really interesting. And I love the idea of having like a base, NFT avatar that you can use across social channels, but that's not like the high value item in your NFT ecosystem. It's the ability to be able to earn accessories through engaging in the internet computer ecosystem. So low entry point from a price perspective to participate, like you mentioned, but it opens you up to be able to work toward these higher value items, which you can then, maybe transfer to your friends or sell on the secondary marketplaces. And if you look at other ecosystems like Bored Apes, like and they have like other launches that they've done with like the mutants and the kennel club with like the dogs that are the pets of the apes. So these items are never going to sell more than the ape itself, but you've inverted that model. So tell us a little bit about your inspiration in terms of why you decided to structure in that way. Did you look at any other NFT projects either within the internet computer ecosystem or beyond for ideas?
Dukakis would ping me about 3 times a day for the last month or two with different things to look into. We looked into all of it, all different types of innovative NFT things. And this isn't really a model that we've seen before, but it does have bits and pieces of other elements and other models that are out there. So it's kind of its own Frankenstein of a thing. There are customizable NFT generators out there for avatars. There are composable NFTs. We drew a lot of inspiration from Tonic Labs and Chronix. And we really just wanted to make sure that we love the accessories features that they have. It's really dynamic. It's really exciting and interesting. And when Dukakis first came to me about doing an NFT project for ICP Squad, his big thing is he wanted avatars that people actually wanted to use, because there's a lot of avatar NFT projects out there, but like Bored Apes, unless you've got several $100,000 lying around, there's accessibility problems, but also people were buying and owning these projects that who in the right mind would really want to actually use that as an avatar, right? So we wanted to have a pragmatic feel to how can we make really cool avatars people would actually want to use. And one of the things we're going to do is have seasons, or art seasons. So we want to invite different artists. And so basically, Irun Nair is our artist for the first season. We've reviewed 4 concepts and 4 different amazing artists across the community. His was just wonderful. We love working with him. And but we still want to highlight the other ones too. So all characters and accessories will change, and that adds a visual rarity to previous seasons, and kind of a little bit of bragging rights. Like if you got in with Irun's art, it highlights him, it highlights artists, and accessories wear out. So what if there's only like a couple left of mint condition unworn accessories from season 0 down the road? It adds a lot of fun gameplay elements. So it's kind of a game that you can be as active or as passive in as you want to be.
Yeah, and to my knowledge, I don't think I've heard of another NFT project either in the internet computer ecosystem or outside where you have such a strong hand in terms of controlling what your final avatar looks like. Of course, there's so many generative projects, but typically it's random and it's minted on the fly. So I do think it's a very interesting aspect. And I think this will resonate with a lot of people, to be able to like customize exactly what their base NFT looks like, and to have the opportunity to earn these like rare accessories by engaging within the internet computer ecosystem. So can you tell us what are some of the actions that people can take exactly to earn accessories within the context of your game?
Yeah, do you want me to take this one, Dukakis?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure, yeah. So I mean, for the MVP, it's really just going to be limited to what we can develop in initial stages. And there's some wonderful things about the internet computer with like prohibiting certain ability to track activity across dApps. And so I think early on it'd be a lot based on the Stoic wallet, because we're working closely with Tonic Labs. But we ultimately would want a way to connect in your district and your Discover and your other major dApps. But yeah, would love to be able to differentiate, like when you send ICP to somebody or to another, you're just holding it. That should have some kind of component. Neuron staking, swaps on dexes, posting on social media dApps, and there'd be a lot of fun room to have accessories focus on one type of social activity maybe, and not as much on DEX trading, and maybe even have some lower your probability for earning a reward when it's on DEX trading, and only like a party hat might purely be focused on social. So you're going to have to customize your character in a strategically if you're going to want to wear accessories to promote the kind of actions you take. And Does that answer your question kind of in terms of like the general gameplay? I mean, ultimately it comes down to wearing things and using the internet computer basically.
No, completely. That definitely makes a lot of sense. So, just to preempt this kind of question, so let's say that, I'm somebody who's new to the internet computer ecosystem. I'm trying to like exploit a loophole in your engage to earn game to try to, I don't know, engage a bot or something like that. Like maybe, let's say in the context of your game, like posting on Discover will earn you like points and increase your probability of getting accessory. What if it leads to like unintended second order consequences of people engaging in behavior that's ultimately not productive for the ecosystem? Have you thought of measures to counterbalance that? And then in addition, are there any like inflationary or deflationary mechanisms for these accessories in the context of your NFT ecosystem? So it's not like, let's say tomorrow 1 million people, jump on and they're interested in being a part of Engage to Earn, and suddenly there's like a ton of accessories that have flooded the market, driving the price down. Are there any safety measures against that either?
Yeah. So I think the easiest analogy for explaining how rewards are divvied out is kind of like every day based on the characters you have in your wallet and the actions you take, you're getting a certain number of raffle tickets. And we're probably gonna have a time period like every 24 hours. We have a certain amount of accessories to divvy out, and we divvy it out amongst all the raffle ticket holders. So basically, keeping your wallet active helps. And there'd be points of diminishing returns for actions. So like if you do something 100 times or 10,000 times, there's almost no benefit to improving the odds of winning. So that will help. There'll be some things that we do like that early on that help against bots. And of course, as the project matures, we'll continue doing more and more. But the whole point will be to connect different accounts, social accounts and user accounts for your internet identity to the app, so it can track activity, right? So it'd be, there's bots in each individual platform, but it's hard to find a bot that's doing activity on Discord and also doing activity on Discover and also doing wallet activity all at once. And each account can only be attributed to one player at any given time. So there'd be inherent ways that we protect against bots and whales. And ultimately, there's an upper limit in how much you can improve your odds. You can improve your odds drastically versus players who just own a level 1 with no accessories. But you really can't buy a guarantee to hog all rewards for yourselves. And I want basically the code to control the wear out rates and the reward rates to unemotionally and in a way that can't be manipulated, keep things in check. If that makes sense.
No, that definitely makes sense. Cool. So I also wanted to chat about the interoperability of ICP Squad NFTs with the remainder of the internet computer ecosystem. So as we all know, I think one of the primary use cases of NFTs, regardless of what ecosystem you're a part of, is as your profile photo across different social channels. But the thing that I think is kind of like weird and like really janky is that even if you had like a really high value CryptoPunk or a Bored Ape or some like prestige NFT, if you want it to be your profile photo on Twitter, you still have to like take a screenshot or like manually save the image to your desktop and then upload it to Twitter. So I was wondering if there would be more native integrations that happen with ICP Squad, both in the context of NFT profile photos for platforms like Discover or District, as well as interoperability between the various NFT ecosystems that exist, like Stars of the Starverse or Chronix or IC Punks.
Yeah, I would say I think that interoperability is something that in the beginning days of NFTs, we all had a lot of hope for. And at least me personally, I'm sad to not see it happening as much as I would like to see it. Me personally, I think it'd be hilarious and awesome to be able to get your character sick with a chronic and maybe have it like boost your odds of earning a reward for doing activity on a Chronix game. I think that, with CryptoKitties in the very beginning at the NFT days, somebody made a Crypto Dragons that would eat CryptoKitties, and that was kind of awesome. So maybe with Icy Punks, you could have makeup put on. Who knows? That we're really hoping by making this just such an open and collaborative project, we can get other DApp creators, welcoming collaborations that help everybody, that help the ecosystem. And I think interoperability is one of the most exciting aspects of this project, because if we're already looking at your actions and already looking at what's in your wallet, if you've got Chronix in there, why not make that an aspect? If you've got an 8-year Neuron, I think it'd be great to have a diamond hands accessory sent to you, which is just, a literal representation of your actual diamond hands. There's a lot of really fun things that we can do. So once we get all these artists, these amazing artists involved, really the sky's the limit.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting. And we were talking about this like in one of our prep calls for this mini conversation, but for the people who are part of Tonic Labs on this call, are the Chronix viruses? Because I thought they were snowflakes, but I could be totally mistaken. So if you're part of Tonic Labs, please confirm in the chat. But that is a really, really like interesting idea, kind of like how with Bored Apes, they have like the mutant serum, and then it transforms like the appearance of your ape. I mean, you have like a new NFT while retaining the original. So I love the opportunity for cross collaboration between these different universes.
To your question, Liz, that right now, for example, Discover, they integrated NFTs, and you can, for example, use any NFT that you want as your avatar or profile picture. So I see that's something that we're going to start seeing also in other platforms, like, for example, District. I'm pretty sure that they're considering that as well. So it's going to be really easy for you if you own like an NFT, just like using your link, and just like adding it to your profile, and then you're going to be able to use it as your profile pic or avatar or any other social media, like, for example, Discover or District, or even OpenChat when they integrate NFTs.
Totally, 100%. So let's get to the burning questions I'm sure everyone has on this call. So how do people get their hands on one of these ICP Squad NFTs? How do they, like, what's the mechanism for delivery? Do people have to sign up for something somewhere? How do people get started?
Yeah, the first thing would be to join our community. We haven't officially opened our Discord server yet, but we're gonna give access to all the people that are right now here with us. We're gonna give early access to our Discord, and maybe we can also give them the OG role to all the people that are here in this community call. So yeah, that's one way. Joining our community, we're gonna have also a whitelist period where people are going to be able to pre-order the NFT, and it's going to be probably this month. We plan to launch the collection within the next probably 2 or 3 months. Any other thing that you want to add, Isaac?
Yeah. So we want this to be fair and not cause like a mad rush on the internet computer that locks people out and stuff. So we'd like to have it be over a time period where the whitelist is open, but there also will have to be a cap, because we just don't want to have overinflation or grow the project way too fast. The details are in the announcement that we're thinking right now, but those are open to proposals if we can figure out, if anyone else has ideas on how to do it fairer. But Season 0 will basically be fulfilled through pre-orders, and then by the time we launch the gameplay to mint characters for flat rates, that will probably be Season 1. So that will add a lot of visual rarity to the Season 0 characters, and we want them all to be level 3 as well, or with good stats, basically. So yeah, it should be very worthwhile for people who want to get in early and are willing to be patient and wait a little bit of time. But we'll drop the artwork, airdrop that to their wallet, and then launch the gameplay features. And the dates are kind of what Dukakis said, and they're also listed on the announcement.
Yeah, no, that's super cool to hear. And you guys have such a large and thriving community. I'm sure people are just chomping at the bit to get for you guys to open up your Discord and open up the registration and so on and so forth. So, as I understand it, I think some of the details around what you described with ICP Squad's NFT game, Engage to Earn, I think some of the details are still up for discussion, right? So, if I'm a community member and I have some feedback that I like to provide to you guys, what's the best way of getting in touch?
And that's really how we're the Discord.
Go ahead, Isaac. Yes, Isaac. Yes, correct. We have right now a channel on Discord. It's called Governance. So this is a community project. Obviously, we're gonna listen to our community and see what they want, like, for example, to adjust or change to the concepts. We're gonna also use Discover. Actually, we're gonna use polls on our also Discord channel. So whenever we have like a new proposal, we're gonna use Discover. We're gonna create a poll, and then people can vote on that poll, and we decide which implementation we're gonna make based on that.
Okay, awesome. So that was the end of the questions that I had prepared. So we can go ahead and turn this over to the community. So for everyone tuning in on the call, if you look at the bottom of the screen, there's a little like Q&A box. So if you have a question for Dukakis and Isaac, definitely drop it in there. And I'm just going to go down in a line. Okay, so first question we have from the community here. Will you need custom data integrations with IC apps in order to get accurate engagement data? Seems like the Engage to Earn idea would require these kinds of integrations.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on specifically what the DApp is and what data it makes available with its canister queries and all that. But yeah, we'll need to basically create a dashboard where you hook up your district account, for example, with our dashboard so that you can track activity accurately there, and that will require some collaboration with district. And that's what we're thinking as of right now, because and it's a good thing that you would have to do that, because privacy is important, and that's why we all love the internet computer, because you're in control of your data, and you can have these kinds of zero knowledge relationships where you're not actually giving away all this data about yourself. It's being verified in an agnostic way.
Okay, thank you, Isaac. So next question I had touched upon earlier in the call, but in case anyone tuned in late, how do you plan to moderate spammers and Sybil attacks trying to game the system for rewards?
Yeah, so like mentioned before, players will have multiple different accounts connected to their activity, to their characters that they own, and that's hard for bots to replicate. And we're going to create basically thresholds that make repeat attacks have more and more diminishing returns, exponentially diminishing returns. So this is an inherent defense against bots and whales as a whole. So a lot of it has to do with the general game design, as well as obvious things like using CAPTCHAs when people sign up new members and things like that. You know, there'd be a limit to how much we can do in the MVP, but you know, by limiting how much of a probability any player can have whatsoever to guarantee rewards, and by limiting that, you know, we're hoping that it's pretty much just unprofitable for people to just spend a bunch of time trying to create bots that go through all these hoops.
Cool. Thanks, Isaac. So we got a bunch of questions around, you know, what can I do right now to get started, to get involved? Is there any way to get all of the info that you had verbally mentioned, like with the Discord and with the whitelist? Because people, I think, might not retain all of that information. Like, is this going to be posted on the Twitter, or are the instructions for how to redeem the ICP Squad NFT going to be posted like in Medium somewhere?
Yeah, we have right now a blog post on our website, definitycommunity.com. Right now, I'm going to be sharing the Discord link. Please, guys, don't share this with anyone outside of Discord, because we haven't officially opened the Discord yet.
Oh.
So what I want you guys to do is, because I'm gonna give you some special role in Discord to all the people that join the call. So I need you guys to email me. I'm gonna share my email. Just tell me like, hey, this is, I don't know, Bob, and I joined the call. So that I know, and also your Discord username. I don't need that to be able to give you a special role for that. So yeah, the best way to start is whoever hasn't read yet our blog post, they can head over to our website, definitycommunity.com, even our Twitter profile. We have there, it's pinned actually in our Twitter profile, the blog post announcements. We have some information about it there. We're gonna be sharing more instructions on how to join the whitelist later on. We have to define some details yet for that. But we're going to be making more announcements about our blog. So please subscribe if you haven't. Head over to our website, subscribe to be up to date and to get all the updates on the things that we're working on and all the things related to the NFT project.
And did you ask? Were you asking for people to email you as well, Dukakis, or?
Yeah, because I want to know their Discord username to give them a special role.
Okay. Definitely. What is the best way to get in contact? Or is your email in the Discord link somewhere?
I'm sharing right now my email and the Discord link, so
okay.
Can start joining.
Cool.
I just shared it there.
Ooh,
that's
guys.
My email.
Cool. I actually didn't even know this was going to happen on this call, so you guys heard it here first.
Yeah, so just please don't share it.
Dukakis, share it to everybody. I think you just sent it to the host and panelists.
I just sent it all. I sent it around to everybody. Yeah. So we have the Discord link, the secret Discord link, and also if you want to be whitelisted, email Dukakis at definitycommunity.com. Cool. So a little special treat for everyone who's tuning in today. Thank you so much, guys. So the next question in the Q&A box, how will ICP Squad and i.e. Definity Community sustain itself over time? Is there a business plan? Do you have revenues? Because it is great that you have a team of volunteers, but volunteer efforts might only be able to get you only so far.
That's a very good question. And that's one of the reasons why we created the NFT project as a way to fund our operations. That's one of them. Right now, I'm the one funding everything we do. I have no problem with that. But the NFT project and the DAO also that we plan to create will let us fund our operations. We also plan to create a venture DAO later on.
And yeah, so as far as in the gameplay, minting characters, you can mint them for a flat rate. So those funds, when a character is minted, goes to kind of the DAO fund. So that's on new character onboarding revenue, basically. And one of the things that Dukakis and I have been exploring is we want to have some way to introduce legendary accessories that don't wear out. And so there'll probably be some options for those. And there's some things we're looking into there on how to introduce that. And really the initial raise for finishing the artwork and dev work is going to be the pre-orders for the initial characters. And yeah, and somebody here asks where we talk about there not being like NFTs being too limited exclusive, but that people we're still asking people to sign up and retweet. Well, basically, the funds to fund all the initial development and finish out the artwork for the full collection is the pre-orders. And like we talked about, once the game functionality is launched, then people can go in and mint a character on demand with the artwork that they want. So we're just trying to limit the initial amount because you don't want to grow a project too big too fast. You need to be smart about it.
Yeah, I completely agree with you guys, by the way. Even in terms of community building, if you suddenly had 100,000 people in your Discord, it would be a mess. So
yes, absolutely.
Very difficult from a community moderating perspective, as Dukakis has experience with. So, so I think it's a great idea to, have the initial whitelist, keep it just the core group of people who are super into your project and really passionate about it and want to evangelize about it and grow from there with all the different various seasons that you have planned in the future so that people know that there's still, upcoming drops, even if they missed the first one somehow.
Check the last comment, please.
Oh my God.
Please check that out.
Oh yeah.
Wait, we have a little surprise. So yes, one thing, I think we're almost done with the call, right? Or can I still like?
Oh yeah, we still have 20 minutes or so.
Okay. So yeah, something that, for example, the way I feel about what we're doing on my involvement with the internet computer, I feel that I'm being part, for example, of Apple or Google in the early days. That's the way I feel. So imagine, for example, 10, 20, 30 years from now, like having that feeling of telling, for example, your grandkids that you were part of the early member of that internet computer, right? Then nowadays is right now hosting like, I don't know, 30, 50% of humanity's like data and also apps. Imagine that feeling of telling your grandkids that you were part of that community, that you somehow you helped out to achieve that vision of reinventing the internet. So that's the way I feel. That's why I'm so passionate about the internet computer and about what we do. And we are looking forward to working with other communities and all the people that are part of this ecosystem, developers, enthusiasts, everyone. So the way for us to achieve great things and to work faster and to put the internet computer in the place that it deserves, we're working together.
Yeah, no, that I totally, Dukakis, we need to just like have you be spokesperson for the internet computer. You, like, I couldn't even say it. I couldn't even say it better. We do have some questions still in the Q&A, so let's I want to make sure everyone has a chance to get their question answered. So an attendee is asking, do you have plans to integrate IC Drip?
I mean, yeah, I think it's the whole point of IC Drip is for it to be something that the community takes up. And so, I mean, it's literally just a list of accessories, right? I think that having at least some element of that be part of your plans makes total sense.
Yeah, and yeah, I love the project as well. So next question. My question is on the Twitter page that you guys manage. You guys gave out tasks that, if done properly, people will have early access to Discord. Does this still stand?
Yes, correct. Actually, I think within the next like 5 or 6 hours, I'm gonna grant access to the first 10 people that like took actions on those posts. So yeah, we have a special rewards for the different, for example, communities like our district community. We have some allocations, some NFTs allocated on some roles because we have a special role that is called the OGs. So are like our top supporters. They will be getting like special rewards, NFTs for free, merge, and other rewards as well. So if you haven't joined our different communities, our district community, our Discover community, well, I already shared the Discord community, go ahead and join because we will have like special missions. I call it missions with those communities. So everyone like have the chance to get something and to get some sort of reward for helping us out.
Great, thank you, Dukakis. So next question, why hasn't there been an ICP Squad and ICP MN collaboration yet? They both seem like really great communities on the internet computer, but there haven't been very many crossover projects or collaborations.
When they say ICM, are they referring to ICP Maximalist?
Yes.
Oh yeah, well, actually, when I started the community, I think it was some months ago, I invited him to a meeting, but he couldn't join back then. So, but we're working with other communities. I'm looking forward to working with ICP Maximalist and all the communities of the ecosystem. We partnered up with, for example, ICP League. We work very closely, and we have meetings once in a while with them. We also with the Infinity Club. We're looking forward to working with all the communities. Like we said, that's the best way for us to actually become like the best ecosystem and to support the Infinity's vision.
Cool, thank you, Dukakis. So someone also asked in the Q&A that the Discord already has 3,000 members. And is there 2 Discords that you might be referring to? I actually have not joined
No,
the Discord yet, so I
yeah,
can't.
there's a reason for that because when I started posting on Twitter, I forgot to remove the link from the bio. That's why some people managed to join the community
It's a
early
few
on.
minutes, and then
Yeah.
everyone started inviting other people, and our
Yeah.
team has been scrambling because we were not ready yet.
Yeah, that wasn't our intention. I left the link there like for 15 minutes. Then people started like inviting other people, and that's why we have, I think, over right now 3,000 people or something like that. But that wasn't the intention because we were planning like to have the Discord like private for a while.
Okay. Okay. That definitely helps clarify. Thank you. So, just so we have the order of operations correct. So, join the Discord. So, as part of joining the Discord, are they automatically like part of the whitelist to receive an ICP Squad character?
There'll
Yes.
be a form. Ultimately, like when we officially open the whitelist, there'll be a form, and that will include stuff like what else, hairstyles or aspects of the character as well. The right wallet to airdrop it to, social media account usernames and stuff. And the pre-order is going to be a flat rate, 1 ICP for a level 3 character, which in the future is basically discounted off what a level 3 character would be able to be generated for in the future.
Cool. Super interesting. So the form will be disseminated within the Discord then.
That's correct.
Okay, got it. And when can people expect to have that form be live? Just because I'm sure people are in tenterhooks and really eager on this call.
By the end of the month, we will share in the form.
Okay, so within the next 2 weeks or so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then in terms of when they can expect to receive the base character and begin to start earning via engagement, that'll be also later this year?
Gameplay will start next year, probably, right, Isaac?
Well, yeah, gameplay, yeah, the gameplay could start this year. It depends on really, how well the initial raise goes and what kind of dev help we can get. But we have a lot of submissions, so it looks like a lot of people are interested in helping with development. So that's really positive. Artwork, it could be as early as late next month. But keep in mind, basically, the artist makes individual layers, and the code dynamically sets these layers on top of character profile templates. So it's kind of awesome. It's really cool. We're going to be leveraging a lot of the stuff that's already been built for Chronic Critters. So essentially, we're going to release that artwork hopefully late next month, maybe a little bit later than that, and then follow that on before the end of the year, hopefully with the minimal viable gameplay product. And then we launch more features in season 1, where we allow anyone to mint a character for the flat rate, and kind of open things up a whole lot more. So you can kind of consider season 0 a little bit of like our beta testers type of thing.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys. So one question from the Q&A box. So this NFT game with this new concept of engage to earn that you guys are pioneering, are you guys developing the game all by yourself, or are there any like external developers or teams that you're utilizing?
Yeah. So I'm enough of a nerd to know what's possible and doable. I think that everyone's a little bit of a novice when it comes to the internet computer, just because the tech is so new. One of the main things I'm going to be looking for is somebody who's going to take a lead for the tech dev team. We're going to look forward to. We've already been getting a lot of excellent support from Steve at Tonic Labs. We love what he's doing, and would love to make sure that we're at the very least very compatible, and remain compatible with all the wonderful things that other people are building, like himself. Some of those things will be more defined in the future here, but that's essentially what's looking like right now.
Cool. And another question. So you had mentioned that base characters can also have levels. So what's like the function of the levels in the context of the base avatar?
Yeah, and I can go over this really briefly here, but basically there'd be certain types of traits for characters, like productivity would be the base trait for their probability to win a reward when they do an action. And if innovation would be a character trait that improves the quality of the type of accessories that are eligible to win. Stamina would be there'd be a refresh time when you earn a reward. There'd be a certain amount of time you have to wait before your character can earn another one. So stamina would be a factor that controls that. Efficiency determines how fast your character wears accessories out. So basically, we're going to tightly bundle these types of attributes into 3 different tiers. Tier 1 being just the affordable accessory entry point for like 1 ICP, and then tier 2, a good long-term hold. Tier 3 for people who really want to wear accessories and maximize them. So since people are generating their characters, rarity is handled a little bit differently, and so we've separated out the visual traits from the reward generating traits and kind of narrowly bundled in the reward generating traits into these 3 different tiers. And of course, there's also legendary tiers, which is mainly to core team contributors and things like that. And it's just slightly above level 3 traits. And that's just a good way for us to incentivize, like devs, like I said, we don't have employees. It's all community and volunteer driven. So we can say, hey, if you want our artist Arun to make a custom avatar for yourself, you come help us out as a dev on this open source project. Let's make something really cool.
Cool. And for the designation of legendary, are there like legendary characters and legendary accessories, and what sort of like powers does it enable the holder to have?
Yeah, so legendary characters, we can have the artist, like you see my avatar, that's actually going to be my legendary character, and it looks like me, which is kind of cool. So personalization rather than just pre-selected options. You can't mint those. They can't be minted for a flat rate like levels 1, 2, 3, mainly given to contributors, like I mentioned before. Accessories, legendary accessories will probably be auctioned off in really small amounts, so they aren't won as airdrop rewards like all the other accessories, and they will never, ever wear out. So they have a permanence that doesn't exist for the rest of accessories. And I think Dukakis, now's the time, if we want to talk about legendary characters, to show something off.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Can you say that again?
I think if we're talking about legendary characters, now's a good time to show them what you have on your computer there.
Oh, sure. Let me share my screen. So there's a little surprise. Do you want me to show them that, please? Let's see. The making of oh my goodness, who's that legendary character?
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's 8-Year Gang. I love it so much.
Let me show you, for example, we have here, this is our artist.
Yeah, we figured it's only fair to let the artists make one for themselves.
First legendary characters. We have more here. For example, we have here Aaron Isaac. This is mine. And regular. Go ahead.
Oh, we gave the artist a lot of leeway, and he just decided to make Dukakis a cyborg, which I thought was brilliant.
I love that, and it's so like cypherpunk.
This is Mr. Business. This is this is Mr. Pungboy. So see, these are just the initial concepts. Obviously, we're going to be developing way more concepts with the help of the community. This is a community project, and that's the reason why we have created a channel on Discord called the Governance Proposal, because if the community have a special proposal, things that they wanted to implement, simply we create a poll, the community vote on that, and then we start implementing.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
so
this is so
so we
cool.
reviewed concept art submitted by several different artists. You know, we paid them forward. We did up this whole thing, and picked our rune, and it's been
Can you guys
fantastic.
hear me?
But future seasons will be picked by the community.
Yeah,
So
so
our
Sorry, Dukakis, go
and
ahead.
something funny because when I was like looking for artists, I wasn't considering our current artists, the one that is creating the avatars and the NFTs. Because I remember, because I have an avatar on Telegram. They was created back in 2018 or 19, I think, by these artists to some like community moderators and some community team members. So I checked my avatar and said, "Oh my goodness, why I wasn't considering this guy?" And it's actually the concept that I wanted to develop. So that's why it's like the perfect fit. So that's why I reached out to Aaron, and he almost in middle said yes.
No, it's super awesome. Isaac, what were you saying?
Oh yeah, so future seasons will have artists submit concepts to the community, and the community will vote on them. So and it can be anything, you know. It'd have to fit certain constraints, but we can have animals, aliens, all kinds of different types of artwork other than just humans. You know, past that point. So we're really going to hand over the reins. But you know, finding Iroon's been so crazy excited, so pumped, so inspired, and it's just great to see his energy kind of coming out through his work.
Definitely. He has such a unique style. And yeah, it's really great that you guys were able to work with such a talented artist. So, you know, based on this like concepts artwork that you showed us, you know, none of the NFTs have been created yet, right? These are just like, it's just like artwork at this stage.
Exactly, yeah, because the layers will be composed through code, just like with chronic critters when you add accessories and stuff like that. So this is really just to help kick off the project and everything.
Super awesome. I hope everyone, you know, attending this call is super jazzed about the ICP Squad NFT drop. I know I am really, really excited. I also would love to see what sort of broader reverberations this has on the ecosystem. You know, does it drive up engagement and number of users within our existing applications? You know, for example, District or Open Chat or Discover, or, you know, number of users who are using Plug or Stoic, et cetera, et cetera. So I would love to sort of capture these metrics 6 months after the release of your game, but I know we're close to time. So just wanted to extend a very heartfelt thank you to both Dukakis and Isaac. Amazing work with ICP Squad. I think everyone is thrilled, and hopefully everyone's joined the Discord. We have a list of all of the email attendees so we can cross-reference you guys to make sure that everyone on this call is on the white list. Thank you, community, for tuning in, and see you guys at a future community conversation. Bye, everyone.